Okay. Unironically, I'm in the airport at Seattle. And I was flying on JetBlue. And JetBlue apparently has, like, no flights that go to this airport. They had, like, 1 or 2 flights going from Boston to Seattle that go to this airport, like, all day. They're in this weird offshoot terminal. It's like Terminal S all the way over on, like, in the corner, all by itself. It was the most disgusting airport terminal I've ever been in. The entirety of it was just covered in fucking food. Like, there was half-eaten food everywhere. It was insane. Like, I live in Boston. I live in, like, an absolute grime fest of an international airport that everybody uses. And this, it was gross. I had to, like, clean seats before I would sit down to try to nap for a half hour. Also, shoutouts to Articuno there. Shoutouts to Zapdos. And I'm like, okay, let me get food. You know, it's breakfast. I've now been awake since I had been awake since Thursday morning, so I'd woken up at like 8 o'clock. And now it was like 3 or 4 in the afternoon the next day. Let me get some breakfast. And I sit down, and it was like a chicken finger whatever combo. It was 4 chicken fingers with your choice of barbecue or honey mustard and like half a plate of fries, and it was $21 before tax and tip. I ordered a mimosa. Shoutouts to mimosas, they're my favorite drink. A flute of mimosa. A flute. $17, y'all. Most expensive 2 mimosas I ever had in my life. It was insane. Absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure devs don't want the auction house because of dangers of becoming laundering or structuring site. I think that people don't know what auction house means. There are in-game auction houses, and then there were real money transaction auction house. When I talk about the game needs an auction house, I mean like World of Warcraft, where you can go put in an item, look up what that item has sold for in the past, and then list an in-game currency value and then trade. Nobody wants the real money transaction. We're never talking about the real money auction house when we're talking about an auction house. That's the weird thing. That's the anomaly. That's the outlier. That's still used for laundering. Neopets is used for laundering. That has nothing to do with whether or not people should be able to trade in-game with an in-game UI. I've traded Neopoints for D2JSP Forum Gold to then trade for an Oculus in Diablo 2. At some point, any part of that could have touched real money. Not for me personally, but like, that has nothing to do with whether or not the game should trade items and have a way of trading items. What up, Acumen? Chronix, thank you very much for the raid, Boo Boo. I appreciate you. Welcome in everybody from Chronix's stream. Hello. You probably know who I am at this point. My name is Mac. You just listened to me complain about stuff on a podcast. Do I like Warhammer 40k? I don't personally play mini games. They like minis games. They take like too long for me. I like games that use elements like that. So I really like the board game Rising Sun. It's just strictly better Risk. I've read like the Warhammer like fantasy book. Like I've read the story of Nagash, like the necromancer. That was pretty cool. Log in. We look over anyone's build on D4 Planner for Spiritborn. No, I would not look at people's random Spiritborn planners to be like, what do you think of my build? What do I think of your build? Nothing. I think nothing of your build because exactly like Rax said, like, am I going to sit down and do like theory crafting? Of course I am, for sure. can I tell you if your build is wrong?